Okay, I guess this is going to be part 2. I'm going to start outside here. I had to start over 3 times. This is my Japanese maple tree, and out here's where I used to have a pool where the sand is at one time. The storm picked it up and threw it across the fence and tore it up, and of course that's some of the pools I had out here for the ducks and the chickens and things. Show you in a minute. I'll show you this front yard in a minute. It's got a little we call that a goldfish pond. But then this back here is my little fenced in area, and this is actually my mulch bed that the raspberries have just taken over. And you can see I've got all this double fenced, and then down here on the front I've got a double fence for a dog pen run. And I use hog wire, welded wire, and T-post. Pound them in the ground and strap them to it, and you're done. It's real easy. Oh, and here's one of my grapevines. This one's the small one. I'm not real sure what kind of grapes they have. And this is a cactus bed. And lots of cactus in there. Brought some cactus back from Colorado, from the Arkansas River in Colorado. Who'd have figured? Anyway, and that is that's my chicken run, where I had my chickens, and that's a cat box in there I put in there for the birds. Cats hated it. And that's just a barrel out there. Sometimes I put feed or something in it. But anyway, this is my house that I built. And there is the nesting boxes, and I put a tarp on top so water don't leak in. And there's the little chicken coop where I put the baby chicks when they're born, and they raise up inside there. Put feed and water and all that in there for them. And then of course I've got that, maybe you can see back far enough, I've got it double fence. There's 2 big chicken runs there. And then over here is the little house I built for the turkeys. I had some turkeys. They were huge, beautiful turkeys. Strutted around, looked pretty all the time. That was their little home inside there. And this over here is my flower bed around my bird house area. And I got these great big rocks from everywhere and put all around it. Made a great big circle. And got the bird bass. And this is the bird tree. And way in the top I built a birdhouse way up there. But it's got all kinds of bird things, bird houses and feeders and chimes and things that birds like. And oh, I have yuccas. I love yuccas. Yuccas is about one of the few things that survive in the winter out here. We don't get much winter. We hardly ever get snow, but it's usually pretty hot here in the summer. We get these big trees, mostly pines, really tall, and they're everywhere. Let's see here. This is my fountain. I hooked a little pump to it, and the water circulates through and comes out the little pitcher there. And then, of course, this is the flower bed around the bird tree, which I made in the yard. There's no grass or anything yet. Stuff's just now blooming out, just now starting to get spring. And there's my front gate with all my signs. It keeps weirdos away. Oh, and driftwood. Friends gave me a few pieces of driftwood, and they make nice decorations. Old driftwood floats up in the lake out here. This is the garden area here. And the sprinklers. I got sprinklers everywhere. And this is a crepe myrtle tree, which is hasn't really started to bloom out yet. Don't see no new stuff coming on it. And this is another grapevine, which goes all the way down here to the fence, and then it goes way down here down the fence. It goes way, way, way down there. It goes way all the way down to there. Pretty good, maybe 50 feet. It's pretty long. And then, like I said, this is the blocks are to keep the dirt from washing away. And this is where I dig up and plant the garden. I've been almost nearly fully off-grid here for about 20 years. Everything but the electric, pretty much, but I'm running on solar and a camper. But there's another flower bed that I made, and little irises. They're all getting ready to bloom. They'll, maybe one day, if I'm still here, they'll bloom before I get to go, and I'll get some of them in bloom. There's me up there, my camper and my van. And here is my barbecue grill. And this was actually a Kingsford grill, Kingsford. And anyway, the bottom rusted out of it after one season, and I was fixing to throw it away. And I decided, I took the frame off of it, and I dug out this big hole, 6 cubic yards of dirt, and then I put the patio stones and flowers around it and whatnot. But this is where I barbecue. Cook chicken, turkey, whatever you want to put on there. It has a little vent stack on it, and you can vents from the sides, and there's the grills, and millions of leaves that need to be raked up haven't been raked up yet. And this right here is just a little table that I got to put your cooking stuff on, set your food on and whatnot. And there's that big rock. That rock was, oh, that was amazing. It's huge. It's even got this moss that grows on it. It's pretty cool. Came out of the woods. I don't know, it's up beside some kind of tree here. And these are, see, I have, if you can see them, I have security cameras all over this place, keeping everything secure. And then there is my wood for the barbecue. It's got some good peach and cherry wood and different kinds of wood in there. And there's my camper, of course. And now we're going to go around. That's my whole refrigerator. I've got the, washer. The one in my place I rent out here, I got a new one in there, but I kept this one because it's just like it. Kept it for parts in case the other one ever has something happen to it. I can get the part off that one. I don't usually keep junk sitting around too much, but I needed that. And this is my sink area that I built for washing hands, cleaning fish, because I live right here close to the lake, have lake access. You can go fishing and all that jazz, dock a boat, jet skis, play in the water, whatever you want, and some extra fence post and tar for the roof when the roof goes to leaking. Been having a roof leak problem here and having somebody repair it. It's not quite finished yet. But anyway, let's get out of here and go, and I'll show you some more of the woods. And my mess over there will be all straightened up by the end of the day. I'm fixing to sort through stuff and start getting my stuff packed up and organized, getting ready to get out of here. Because as soon as I get that door and get it mounted, I'm gone with the wind. I'm going back through the gate. But yeah, this is my nice big shed, and I need to find a piece of property there in Niland somewhere, and then I'll see how much it's going to cost me to have this 8x10, or excuse me, 8x12 shed moved to Niland, because I want to live there somewhere. Anyway, but it's wood, but it does have the tin roof on it, which is good. It's double layered, and I've already remodeled it into like a tiny home inside, except it's stored with all my stuff right now, my extra stuff. Of course, I have to keep all these signs: no trespassing, beware of dog, 24-hour surveillance, because like I said, there is cameras everywhere. It's a 16 camera security, pretty much keeps an eye on everything. But I have got stuff. These are tubs. The majority of it's food. I've got to go through. I'm probably going to only be able to carry half of that with me. Some of my water containers. And of course, there's my fire pit and my fire ring and my stuff I take for my fires. And my cats' houses they play in. And I would love to bring my little patio table and my two little chairs, but I don't know if I'm going to have room for them. I probably won't. They're probably going to have to be stored till I come back and get some stuff later. But all this wood here is, I was going to build a bed into the van, except for I decided not to because I had a brand new bed frame in my shed and a new mattress that fit perfect in the van, so I used that. instead. And so I took all that apart because I'm going to have to use that wood to frame in for the new door when it gets here. And the other issue I'm having is I bought this spare tire holder rack thing to go on the front here. Well, it doesn't raise the tire up high enough off the ground, so I'm going to have to take it down to my welder and have them, let me see if I can get a picture of it here, this bracket back here. I'm going to have them cut that off and then weld a spacer in it, a piece of plate, taller, at high enough that it'll get my tire way up off the ground when I'm pulling, because otherwise it's going to be dragging on the ground. And then this is my, that's my gas line I hook up when I want to run a heater inside. And then this is my, I've got to build this box better, but this is my battery bank. And I'm going to put one more battery in there. I've got a car battery down there just for spare right now, which I'll use it for trade-in probably when I get the other battery. And then I run my electric inside to the inverter and stuff. And I've got the gas line ran inside. Everything's pretty. It's not too bad for an old camper. Like I'm still trying to figure out how to drain the tank. I don't know if it's got a drain on it. I was trying to siphon it out. Not doing a very good job, but I was trying. And then I'm going to redo my plumbing in the inside, because this only brings in outside water. I've got to run a connection from my holding tank to my sink for the 12-volt pump yet, because I have a new 12-volt pump going in, but I haven't got on that, and that vents something. Not sure, I think behind the refrigerator maybe. And of course I just plug into an electric cord. Simple and simple, and that's where somebody had backed into my camper and put a big hole in it, and I patched it up, covered it up, and put a reflector on there. Maybe they can see it now and not back it over. I put these solar lights around it too, because I'll show you the other side. Somebody else backed into the other side and I had to repair it as well. It's kind of funky. There's my flag. This was a window where a window air conditioner was, and I built it in and put another window in it and painted it up. And you can't see it inside or out, but now it's got a flag on it. And let's see, this is my pop-up shower tent thing that I keep my toilet in. But here's that little patch job I did on the other one where they hit it. I used a fake vent, which works out pretty good actually. And pretty much it's everything. This is how bad this door is. I mean, look at this door. And the screen already fell apart, and I had to take it off, and it gaps open when I go down the road. Let me shut it and I'll show you. See how the top gaps out? The inside will stay in and the bottom gaps out. Well, when I'm going down the road, the wind pulls it, sucks it, and tries to suck all my stuff outside. And if that door comes off while I'm traveling, I'm going to be in big trouble. So I'm going to have this fixed before I can leave. This is my holdup right now. And that's just my little step. And this is my little washing machine. It washes and spin dries my clothes. I've got my clothes line and clothes pins and stuff in there. And this spin dries, and you hang them on the line and they dry out in a few minutes, especially if it's hot outside. Doesn't take long to dry them, but you can at least wash them and spin them dry. It doesn't use a lot of water either. And you can see them inside because these tubs are clear. And that's my ice chest. It does not keep ice very long. Piece of junk. It's Rubbermaid. But I'm going to try to get me a portable ice maker, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'll just buy an ice maker later. I really like this little cooler here. This is a Coleman, holds 2 12-packs, but it really keeps stuff cold. It's a lot better than that other one, that Rubbermaid thing. It just doesn't hold as much. And these are some little flower starts. Some mondo grass and some rubber tree plant I'm going to bring with me so I can have some little starts of plants around my camp that do pretty good. I may get a couple more of something else, but these tubs up here are nearly all of them are just nothing but food, tubs of food. You can see food in that one. You can see through it. It's clear. So I'm going to try to maybe fill up 3 or 4 tubs, bring with me, and store the rest of it in the shed until I can come back and get it later. Oh, there's my camp pot, my coffee pot for the fire. And some more water. All my water containers, I'm bringing those empty probably, and then fill them up after I get there. I'll have to stop somewhere in Island or somewhere and fill my water tank up before I pull in. And that's my mobile home. And anyway, I'm not going to have room to carry my dolly or nothing. I'll just have to put it in the storage till I get back. But this is just stuff that I'm fixing to organize up today and get it all neat and orderly. And that's my renter's ladder. I got it borrowed. I left mine in Oklahoma. So borrowing it to do some work I need on the camper. And that's my insulation I'm using. That's what I'm insulating the van ceiling with. I've still got a few pieces left I've got to put in the ceiling. I'm putting it up with spray glue. Then I've got to get paneling and put up over that in there. And I already got the bed built, and I've got a closet rod in there. I've just got to get the ceiling in, do a little painting, put the walls in, whatever. Anyway, it's not going to take much more to finish up inside the van. And then the van will also be a camping area, a place to sleep or whatever. Well, I carry my supplies in the camper when I'm pulling down the road. The animals ride with me in the van. But all my tubs of stuff I pack inside the camper. So if I have to pull over somewhere and sleep for a little while, I needed a bed in the van where I could just crawl back there, lay down, and go sleep for a couple hours while I'm driving. So that's why I've got the bed built in right away. I can finish up later. But anyway, look what a mess. I got to go through all this mess today. What a mess. To me, it's unsightly. I don't like mess. I'm OCD. I like everything organized and situated and neat looking and things. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of give you, oh, look at the woods. I want to show you how beautiful the woods is out here. The big trees. I got woods all around me. I'm in a wooded area. Yeah, they shoot guns out here all the time, but it's legal, so it's no biggie. But look how big all these old trees are. They're huge. And there, look, we do have a little bit of sky today. Not very good. Doesn't give me much sun for the solar. So if I had more sun, I could pretty much run my refrigerator and everything 24/7. But there's not a lot of sun here. As you can see, these funky clouds hides it all the time. It's cold today. It's in the 60s, but to me it's freezing. Ooh, I hear a gunshot. Boom, there went one. Over to the left of me. Usually they're coming from the right. As long as they don't start shooting at each other, I'll be dead in the middle. And this is the county. And anyway, and there's Sam in his house. Look, I'm gonna get Sam in his house. Hey, Sam. He loves his house. He lays in his house a lot. He loves to lay in there. And he's got it fixed so he can look out. Look at him cross his paws. That's a Doberman thing he does. He crosses his paws, and he's got his tags, his rabies, and his flea tag, and all that on. He's sporting. He's sporting. I keep everything locked up around here. We got thieves everywhere. Slab City isn't the only place with thieves. They're everywhere you go. I live in a nice subdivision, and we have more thieves here probably than they do there. So everything here's padlocked, chained. Look at this big chain. I chained my camper with this big sucker all the way over to the camper. It went under the rug. But anyway, yep, chains chained up to the frame. Nobody can get the camper. But anyway, that's my junk, my propane. I'll have to carry one of those tanks inside the camper. I only have one rack outside. This is old school. And this is this funky trailer brake. I'm not even sure how it works. I hooked this chain on it because they said it's got when you hit your brake on your vehicle and you stop, it's supposed to yank this and cause your trailer brake to kick in. It's got these little grooves that it kicks into. I don't even know how to work it. I just hope it don't make me wreck. I almost wrecked it coming back from Oklahoma last time. About flipped it. Had a really hard time. But I got it under control. I did good. Luckily, nobody was coming. No traffic, or I'd have been a hell of a mess. Or however you want to say that. But that's my pretty much my big long driveway thing. And back to the woods. I'm not sure what else to show you. Let's see if this is the van. I was going to see if I can get the. I'm camoing the front part, the front cab area of the van. I don't know if you can see it. It's too much glare on that windshield, I think. But anyway, I'm camoing the inside of the front cab of the van. It's going to be camo. There it is, camo green. And it looks all pretty. And inside the van is, and there, see, my Guy Fawkes mask. I put it on the seat. People think there's somebody sitting in the van, so they're trying to break into it and steal my stuff. It's old school. See there? Oh yeah, there's the dash where I'm fixing it, redoing it. And I'd like to get some nice, cushiony, soft bucket seats to go in here. If I ever find some, I'll switch those out. Let's see if we can see inside here. Just mostly a bunch of stuff. This is inside the van through the window. Can't see the bed though. I've got stuff laying. That stuff right there is laying on the bed. Stuff I got to organize yet. But this is no windows in it. I like it because there's no windows. This is actually a door. And then the only other window on it, besides the windshield, is this door back here. Which I plan to put some roll-up blinds on there so I can pull them down. Block people out from looking in. But here's something else I wanted to show you. See, I'm having trouble with my hitch, my camper pulling too low, so I went and bought this thing. Now, I haven't hooked it up yet to it, so I don't know, but I want you to see how it shakes. These should not be that loose inside that hole. But I think that's what caused my bucking and almost caused me to wreck last time, because that other hitch I had on here did the same thing. It was also this loose. You can hear it. That's how loose it is. And, of course, I keep it locked so nobody can take it loose there and take it. But anyway, yeah, Econoline 250, 3/4 ton. Well, let's see if I can see in it from here. See, there's my closet rod. And I got my coats and things hanging on it. I got a lot of bringing my fishing stuff with me, and some chairs, fold-up chairs and things that need to go with me, and all kinds of stuff. But anyway, let's see inside here, looking in best we can look in. I don't know what's, oh, that box has got my big coffee pot in it. That's how I make my bath water. I heat my water, a big coffee pot full of water. That is my bath. That's how I heat my water. And some camo stuff. I've got some camping goods in there. I've got to fit some more tubs in here. I'm running out of space. I'd like to bring more with me than I can, except for I'm having to get rid of the weight problem and shift it around. But I'm gonna do the best I can with it and take it slow, and maybe I'll get there safely. Wish me luck. But anyway, there's the woods. See, the woods is getting all pretty. There's actually, these streets are really close together. You probably can't see it, but there's actually a road right there. It's another next street over. And then on the other side, that little patch of woods, there's another street. There's patches of woods between all the streets out here. And you can't see the lake, but the lake is like, hang on. The lake is right through those trees over there. If I had a 2-story house, I'd have perfect lake view of the lake. That's pretty much all it is. And this is my driveway, which reminds me of Slab City. It's not sand. It's kind of hard, whatever. City pit, they call it. City pit. And there's my water mess I made trying to drain my tank, which I haven't got to drain because I don't know where my pump isn't sucking the water out. The tank's got about halfway filled, and I need to get it empty. I don't want to pull it with any water in it going down the road. It's too heavy, too much weight. Get rid of that weight, and I got weight for something else. Because I don't know what my weight load is on here, but I know it's not much. So anyway, come help me clean up all this mess. I'm going to get off here and get started on it. I just wanted to give y'all a little tour of my place and what I'm about. I'm sick, got a lot of stuff wrong with me. I just want to come live in peace, quiet, and harmony pretty much the rest of my time in this world. And I chose Slab City to come do this at. So anyway, goodbye everyone. Have a really great day, and much love to everyone. Namaste.